Let's do this. Alright, so these are harder, so that's why I restarted the film. We got to find everything. The angles and the side. The side's not that bad. 11, 14, I don't see Pythagorean triple. So that kind of sucks. But it's not that bad. Right? It's just, let's call it x. X squared plus 11 squared equals 14 squared. So that means x squared plus 121 equals 14. That's the other favorite number of mine. 13 squared is 169. 14 squared is 196. It's just those numbers flipped. Right? So then I'm going to subtract 121. And I get x squared is equal to 5, 7. So what am I going to do? Square root it. Right? Square root. X is equal to, we'll break down 75. That's a 3, and that's 25. That's 5, and that's 5, and that's 5, and that's 1. So that's 5 square roots of 3. So this is 5 square roots of 3. Okay? Alright. So then what? Well, we're going to find the angle. What angle? Well, I don't care. We can find this one first. Let's find A. So, I'm going to look at the numbers I have. That way I don't have to deal with square, the radical. Does that make sense? So I'm going to look at opposite and hypotenuse. So, opposite and hypotenuse, so katoa, it's so. That means the sine of A is equal to the opposite, or 11, over the hypotenuse, which is 14. Alright, so this means we do the inverse sine. A is equal to sine inverse of 11 over 14. And that's just calculator work, people. Okay? So we're going to take this calculator and go the inverse sine of 11 divided by 14 equals 51.78. So A is equal to 51.7886. So that turns into a 9. Okay? Then what? Well, I can do the same thing, or I could know that this is 90 degrees, right? Because they add up to be 180. Okay, so I just take 9. So B is equal to 90 minus 51.79, right? And then I just go minus 90 and then drop off the negative. 38.21. That makes it right. B is equal to 38.21. And those should add to be 90. Do they? Well, think about it. Yes. Okay. The last problem. Same thing. We're going to take that, except they didn't give us two sides. They only gave us one side. So we're going to have to find the sides by using, at least one of the sides, by using the tangents. Right? So let's think about that. First of all, we know this is the right. Second of all, if this is 37, what's angle A? A is equal to 90 minus 37. So angle A is equal to, looks like 3 and 4 from 9 is 5. So 53 degrees. That makes sense? Okay? Alright, so we have the angle, and now we got to find the sides. So let's give a side x. Okay? So, opposite over hypotenuse. I don't know, opposite over, or adjacent over hypotenuse. Which one do you want to use? Opposite? So you can go the sine of angle A is equal to the opposite, which is x over hypotenuse, which is 14. Right? The sine of A is 53. And we multiply both sides by 14. So x is equal to 14 sine 53. Right? Well, take your trusty dusty calculator and go 14 sine 53. Bingo bango. We got 11.18. 11.18. Okay? Now we got to find the other side. We can do the same thing. We'll just call it y. Right? Except this time we'll go sine of 37. Right? Is equal to y over 14. See how I use the other one? So I can keep that hypotenuse on the bottom. So now it's just 14 times this, right? So I get 14 times the sine of 37 equals y. So y is equal to 14 times the sine of 37 is 8.43. 8.43. Boom. 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 There you go. Questions?
How much would woodwork check?
Say what?
How much would woodwork check?
I did not hear that. Could you ask that one more time?
How much would woodwork check if the woodchuck could check wood?
A woodchuck could chuck a lot of wood if the woodchuck could chuck wood. What?